to today's conversation.
Thanks, Senator Padilla. Senator Cornyn?
Thank you, Chairman Durbin. Listening to my Democratic colleagues, it's as if November 5th never occurred, that we haven't had an election, that we haven't had a referendum on the failed border policies of the Biden-Harris administration. Let's be clear, the crisis at the southern border is entirely a problem caused by the Biden administration's policies. It is a man-made disaster. The election, I believe, in large part was a referendum on those policies, and the American people spoke decisively, rejecting this as the new normal. They rejected lawlessness as the new normal. When President Biden came into office, Customs and Border Protection was apprehending about 70,000 illegal migrants a month. President Biden came in and reversed virtually all of the Trump administration policies, including canceling our agreements with Mexico and the Northern Triangle countries to limit illegal immigration. President Biden also attempted to impose a 100-day moratorium on all deportations. By March, illegal crossings had ballooned to 170,000 per month, up from 70,000, and then climbed progressively higher from there. Then the president used his executive authority to implement new guidelines that made clear to illegal immigrants that DHS was extremely unlikely to take any action against them until their conduct became especially egregious. Even so, criminal aliens were able to get away with a lot before any action would be taken. Take, for example, the tragic case of Rachel Morin, a mother of 5 who was raped and murdered by an illegal migrant. Her killer crossed the border illegally in February of 2023. He was suspected of committing multiple crimes even before he took her life. This tragedy and others like it could have been prevented were it not for President Biden's willful refusal to enforce the law. The truth of the matter is, President Biden's willful neglect of border security and public safety has created immense suffering for American families. And his administration is fully responsible for the fact that we have to hold this hearing today. The American people are fed up with the lawlessness at the southern border, and in November they tasked Republicans the job of cleaning it up, and that we will do. We have a big job ahead of us, no doubt, but by one estimate, there are already 1.3 to 1.6 migrants who are under final orders of deportation who are still in the country. That strikes me as a good place to start. People who have been entitled to full due process and hearing in front of an immigration court and are under final orders of deportation. What are they still doing here? Well, it's because of the Biden administration's willful neglect of the law and enforcement. By my calculations, the Biden administration has released at least 3.6 million illegal migrants over the southern border. And during the same 4 years, Border Patrol recorded an additional 1.7 million gotaways. Those are people willfully evading law enforcement. As of 2022, more than 1 million illegal immigrants have received final orders of removal, but were still present in the United States, and that has now ballooned to about 1.3 million plus. As of July 21st, 2024, ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, had more than 660,000 criminal aliens on its national docket. I look forward to doing what the American people voted for on November 5th, which is to restore the law and enforcement of the law as the new normal in America, unlike the last 4 years. And it's going to require us to do a lot of work to clean up the mess left by the previous administration's policies. We have to make it absolutely clear to prospective illegal immigrants that we will enforce our immigration laws. We will not accept illegal border crossings as the new normal. What we will accept is lawful, orderly, humane immigration policies. We are the most generous country in the world when it comes to naturalizing people coming to our country, roughly 1 million people a year. That's the right way to do it, not the way the Biden administration had it done. We will follow through on the orders of removal by immigration courts, and again, we will not accept lawlessness and criminality in the United States as the new normal. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thanks, Senator Cornyn. Today, we welcome 5 witnesses